Hi everyone, welcome to our first AOC finalist competition for the fitness trainer competition. We are joined by the lovely James Allen, all the way from Wales. Is that right, James?
All the way from the lovely Wales, yeah.
All the way from lovely Wales. I'm not
Yeah.
biased in the slightest. I do have family down there.
Oh.
But, we've also got Anna, also from the Active IQ marketing team.
Hello.
And I think we've also been joined by her cat in the background as well.
Yeah,
so
sorry. Great timing.
So James, welcome. First off, congratulations. Amazing that you've become a finalist. So happy for you. How does it feel?
It feels really nice. It's like a very long time coming because I've been waiting a long time to take part in the fitness trainer competition. So it's nice to actually be here and be in the competition myself now. So yeah, it's nice. I'm really happy. Really happy.
Oh, we're delighted for you. And of course, you're not a stranger to us at all. So obviously we know you very well. So for those of you who don't know, may not know you, of course, you were heavily involved with last year because you were the client for Danielle Hall. Yes. And Danielle Hall, of course, as we know, took gold at the fitness training competition.
She did.
Absolutely no pressure there. So how are you feeling about that? Did you get any sort of top tips from Danielle, or I suppose you learned a lot from taking part?
Yeah, well, me and Danielle have been friends for quite a long time now, since we literally took part in our level 2 and level 3. She's like a year above me from doing it all, so we've been quite close. And yeah, it was a great experience going to the live finals last year as the client, because obviously this year, unfortunately, we can't, which is absolutely fine because of due to everything going on. But yeah, she's helped me out quite a lot, and we just chat all the time. We chat almost every day, and we talk drips and drabs about the competition and then about life, and we have a moan to each other about life as well. So we talk quite a lot. So yeah, she's helped me big time. But the biggest thing I think is she's just telling me just to be calm. She's like, you've got it. You're unique. And she just sort of gives me that pep talk when I sort of feel like, oh God, am I going to be able to do it?
So she's giving you some inside secrets then?
I can't say.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, of course, there's going to be all videos of the finalists. Obviously, we don't want to put added pressure on you there. And of course, you've also been really good friends with Miz as well. Who was it? The 2017 competition he took part in?
Yeah, I think he got silver in the 2017 competition.
Yeah, there you go. See, my brain still works a little bit there.
Yeah.
So you've got two really good friends with lots of backgrounds. And you've all come from, obviously, from the lovely colleague Gwent as well.
Yeah.
So again, I'm sure they've got no pressure for you to take the gold back there either. Gold and silver. I mean, it's a lot to live up to.
Yes, I know. I'm hoping. Well, yeah, I'm not going to shy away from it. I would like the gold because it's just something. I'm quite a competitive person, and even if I get second, I'm very much like, oh, why didn't I get that first? What did I do that was not good enough? So I'm very hard on myself, but yeah, there's a lot of pressure, but there's actually 4 of us from College Gwent this year. So obviously everyone else will see in other interviews coming from them. But yeah, we're most of us are from Wales as well. And we're the only college from Wales to get to the final as well.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's an amazing achievement. So it's obviously congratulations to you all on that. So, and of course, let's do a little shout out to obviously your tutors. So obviously, got the lovely Keris and Joel.
Oh yes, the amazing Keris and Joel.
I mean, of course, being in different situations, I'm sure again Keris would obviously be there, cheering you all on. I'm sure she'll be doing exactly the same from the luxury of her home. But are they an inspiration to you? And obviously, I mean, it just goes to show, I guess, that you've got four students from that college. I mean, so there must be something good in the water down there.
Yeah, well, it's obviously the Welsh way, isn't it? But yeah, no, they're amazing tutors. They got so much knowledge and so much time for us. And even at 9 o'clock at night, Keris would be in the group chat making sure we're okay, because leading up to the semi-finals, a lot of us were quite stressed, making sure everything was just perfect. And she was there at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock saying, you got it, you're going to be okay. And then Joel was great as well. And then we got another tutor. Her name is Chris. She's 75. She's just in 75, and she still teaches Pilates, yoga. She still assesses us, and she's like a fountain of knowledge. So anything she says sticks in here. And like the way that I teach and the way that I instruct and personal train is a lot of inspiration from her as well. But they just got so much time for us, and I think that's one of the most inspiring things, because they genuinely do care about us, and it's just one of the most refreshing things going into education and knowing they actually care. And it's made me actually care about being a personal trainer. It's not just a job to me at the moment. It's actually like, you know, it's a way of making people feel good about themselves. So they've installed that inspiration in me, I think.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll be absolutely delighted to hear that, and
Totally.
I know they're super proud of you. We had tears from Keris last year, obviously, when Danielle took the gold. So
yeah.
you know, so fingers crossed for you. So can you tell us a little bit more about what you're currently studying at the college, and obviously, you know, what you've studied so far?
Yeah, so previously from being in college, I actually did a media degree. So I passed my media degree with a 2-1, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, what do I want to do? I love fitness, and a lot of my friends are into fitness, and obviously I had Danielle, and then I had Miz as well, who are very in the fitness industry. And I really wanted to go into it for a long time. So I did my level 2 fitness instruction, and then I went straight into my level 3 personal training. And now, literally this week, I've just started my level 3 GP exercise referral. So we'll be doing that now until January. And hopefully from January time, I'll be going into pre and postnatal exercise with Colin Gwent as well. And then, so I'm also started my personal training business, Goliath Fitness, as well.
Absolutely,
throughout lockdown, just to pass the time. I really didn't think it would take off as quick as it did, but it actually, you know, got going really, really quickly. I thought it would just pass the time, but it's actually become my full-time job now. So yeah.
I mean, and that's amazing news. I mean, obviously we can see there Goliath Fitness as well. So can you tell us a little bit more how you got that started? You know, I mean, clearly, obviously, you're busy doing all these qualifications, which is amazing to see, and it's certainly a credit to you that you're continuing your personal development and you know, to learn. So, and now you've put yourself out there with your own business, which is amazing. So you're doing all of this. How?
I ask myself that every day, and then something else comes on board. I'm like, am I going to be able to do it? And then I think I'll worry about it later. But I somehow managed to fit it all in. But I can't really answer that question. I sort of just do it and hope for the best. I know that doesn't sound, you know, I don't really know how to answer it besides I just hope for the best, because sometimes I like to run at things. So I just sort of ran at it and just thought, oh, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to lose anything. But so Goliath Fitness started actually in college. We were one of the modules was actually starting up your own business, and we had to come up with our own like personal names that would sort of like say us as a brand. And I'm tall, I'm 6'4", and then I was like, well, what can I say that like is something about me? And then I thought, well, Goliath Fitness, obviously a Goliath is a giant, but and then it's obviously conquer your goals. So it's like, you know, it's being big, it's being strong, and it's just like going for your goals and smashing through them. And I thought, well, I'll just keep that and keep it going. So obviously I've got a man and a woman, because obviously I want to make sure obviously I'm getting both genders in. It's nothing to do with being a man and being strong and tough. It's obviously just about being you and conquering your goals. And that's the whole point of Goliath Fitness. So yeah, it started from there. I didn't think I'd actually use the name, and then I somehow got this made like this, and I was like, I'm going to just go with it and stick with it because it looks quite good. So
it's so great that you've used what you've done in college to kind of move forward as on part of your life. So with that, is that something you've always wanted to do, is work in the fitness industry?
Not necessarily right at the start, because I've always been into sport. I was I say professional swimmer, competitive swimmer until the age of 16, and then I had to stop because it was just so much training and lots of obviously GCSEs and exams and things. So I stopped that, and then I did actually gain quite a lot of weight because I stopped everything. I thought I'll be fine. No, I wasn't. So I got into fitness about the age of 18, 19, going to the gym, doing fitness classes and things like that. And I got a really good taste and a buzz for it. So I want to do that. So I actually got into the fitness industry by obviously my friends again. And then, it just sort of stemmed from enjoying the fitness and wanting to be in front of the class, inspiring and teaching, because, you know, I think it's a bit more personal when you have your own journey. Obviously, a lot of people who become personal trainers and group exercise instructors have their own journey of becoming, you know, getting into the industry, and they have their own story. And mine was obviously losing weight and getting confident and, you know, just feeling really happily mentally and physically, because it's not just about what you look like on the outside, as much as that's what I thought. And then I became so much more positive about myself. I gave myself so much more self-love. And then that's why I think I want to install that in other people as well. Because I was saying to my tutors the other day, they were like, what would you say in your interview in a few weeks in the competition? And I said, well, I would like to say I take my personal training as a holistic approach. It's about the physical and the mental side of things. And sometimes it's nice just to have that personal trainer who can actually install some confidence and say, yeah, you can do it. You are going to do it. What you've achieved is amazing already. If you can't see it, I can. It's like having that mental attitude as well. And sometimes if we train for 20 minutes and the other 30 minutes is a chat, and then they leave from that and they're like, oh my God, I feel so much more better and confident in myself. That's something I want to leave my clients with, is just that confidence and a bit more self-love, I think. Because right at the moment, with everything going on, I feel like everyone's a little bit in their head about a lot of things. No one knows what's going on. Obviously, everything changes every day. And I think it's, we need a bit more self-love. And even if there's no one there to say, oh, you've done good, you can tell yourself every day, you've done good, you've woke up, you've made your bed. It's all those little things that can make a positive change in your life. So that's something I like to try and instill through Goliath Fitness.
That's fantastic.
And you get a good feasting as well.
I feel boosted by that.
Oh, I hope so. I was thinking, are they going to make me
I think
stop?
there's some great advice there for anyone watching. Like you say, it's 2020. I think it's fair to say it's been a challenging year for everyone in different ways. Yeah. And we all know that, fitness has a massive impact on, not just physically, but mental health as well. So and like I said, I think the holistic approach is, it's a really good thing to promote. It's a great message. It really is. So of course, let's sort of like go back, or actually go to the future of like 5-10 years. Clearly Goliath Fitness is clearly going to grow and get stronger and taller and everything.
Definitely.
So can you share with us about sort of what you see your dream being? Clearly, is it a gym somewhere? Is it obviously making your business bigger?
So I want to take a nice steady growth in the business. Obviously, I'm 23 as well, so I've got a lot of things I want to achieve in life. So obviously one day getting a house, moving in, getting a mortgage at some point. Don't know when that's going to happen, but that's one of my dreams. And then I would like my own space, my own studio space, because my love after personal training is group exercise fitness and being like that sassy instructor, making sure everyone's really enjoying the experience, and you get a good workout. Obviously, they get a good buzz. So at some point, I would like my own gym, not necessarily like a huge gym. Obviously, it could happen one day, but a studio space where we can personal train and we can teach classes from. But I would like to have it where we can do seminars as well, so we can get like my good friends in who can talk about holistic approaches, who can do weightlifting approaches, bodybuilding, things like that. So things it's more of a center of education as well for people who maybe don't know how they want to achieve something in a specific way. Because obviously there's a lot at the moment on the internet of people saying you can do this, buy this, and you can lose weight in 20 minutes, something like that. And I want to make sure in the future that people are educated in a way that they can do it themselves, and they don't necessarily need to pay £30 for some tea or £30 for some coffee, and they can know that they can do it by making simple changes, and it's going to be changes that they can keep for the rest of their lives. So something like that, like again, more positivity. It's not just about teaching someone and getting someone to squat or someone to run really quick. It's like I want it to be a center where we can educate clients, and they don't necessarily. I necessarily don't think you have to keep a client. They can be with you for 12 weeks to 6 months, and then from that they should know enough. They should be confident enough to not need to keep coming back to you. And that's something I want to make sure that when people come into my gym, the Goliath gym, that they're not always going to come back because they don't need me. Like I want to make sure they've got everything they've got from me, and then they can pass that on then to other people. Oh, and then my big dream is obviously this is like my small logo. So imagine that's my gym wall here. We're gonna have a huge Goliath Fitness logo there, blue, all painted, all massive. So when you walk in, you just see a massive circle of Goliath Fitness.
I love that. Yeah, and I have no doubt it will happen. It will happen for you.
I hope so.
If we think about Goliath Fitness, because again, I've been online, I've been on Facebook. I've obviously, it's in about Goliath, and you've had some amazing results during this year so far, haven't you, with your clients?
Yes. Surprisingly, because you sort of learn everything in college, and then you think, how am I going to actually apply this? How do I know it's going to work? It's like when you pass your driving test, you actually start learning once you've actually when you're on your own, and you have the knowledge, and then you think, how is it going to work? I don't know if it's going to work, and then it just does. So I have surprised myself, and my clients are amazing. Like I say, it's a 50-50 relationship. Like I meet them there, they meet me here, and it works, because obviously I can't make them do their exercise, I can't make them eat. Obviously, again, if we can educate to make sure they have the knowledge, and they know they're constantly reminded of their goals. But yeah, like a couple of my clients have lost lots of weight in 4 weeks, 6 weeks, lost dress sizes. Most of my clients are women at the minute, and their main goal is fat loss and weight loss and toning and things like that. And yeah, honestly, the results come really, really quickly, and I think that's because they have such a positive mindset about it. It's not just about pressuring themselves to hit a number on a scale. It's about making sure that they see it and they're going to have a positive change. And it's not necessarily about getting them to do 4 week, 8 week, 12 weeks. It's about them looking at the bigger picture as well. And I think that's what helps them, is because they just learn to become a bit more positive about the experience, and they just go and they do really, really well. So they are a credit to me, and I'm a credit to them, because I care so much about them, and I think they care so much about coming to me as well. So I think it's nice. So yeah, they do really, really well. So yeah, it's I'm gonna keep rambling on, so we'll go on to something else now.
So when we look at your inspiration for the fitness trainer competition and getting started with that, of course we've already discussed with so many different angles that you've had. So you've had your friends, you've had Ms and Danielle, your tutors, so, and obviously we know you're competitive. So is it
extremely?
Extremely, I love that. So do you think it's a combination of all of that? That's why you wanted to get involved, or was there anything else that inspired you to take part?
Yeah, I mean, I like a good competition. I do enjoy, like, I like a competitive spirit. I mean, I'm not a bad loser. I think you could probably talk to someone else and say he probably is. But yeah, I think I wanted to do it for a long time to prove to myself that I actually am good at something, which can sound quite self-deprecating, I suppose. But I'm very hard on myself when it comes to something. Like I said earlier, why wasn't it the gold if I got the silver? Obviously, it's still a monumental thing. It's all good, but for me, it's like, well, why wasn't it, that high? So yeah, I'm sort of doing it for myself now, and just wanting to prove to myself and give myself the satisfaction, I suppose, that I can actually do something and I'm good at something that I love, because I've never really found anything in life that I've really thoroughly enjoyed until it came to personal training and group exercise and fitness in general. So, I'm doing it more for me, and just to show that I can do something when I put my mind to it, because I struggled in school. I'm not the smartest person then, say, on paper, because I have dyslexia, and I was quite behind in primary school, and then I got into secondary school and I was in like the lowest set of things. And I think then from then, that sort of made me stand thinking, okay, maybe I'm not good on paper, but maybe I'm going to be good in front of a room, in front of people, because I enjoy talking. You can probably tell that I just talk forever and ever and ever. And yeah, so it stemmed from that. So it's nice that there's a little bit of obviously paperwork involved in the competition, but you get assessed on you and yourself and your instructing skills, and it's something that I thoroughly enjoy. So I'm hoping I do a good job, but it's mostly for me. Like, I'm not doing it for anybody else. Obviously the college would be nice. It's nice to represent the college, but it's just I want to prove to myself that sometimes I can be good at things, and I don't need to be so hard on myself, because sometimes I'm not the nicest to myself. I teach my clients to be good to themselves, but sometimes I find it hard to take my own advice, because you always pick your own flaws. So yeah, I'm trying to do this to prove to myself that I'm actually good at something.
Well, I think you're doubting yourself a lot, because I think you've done a massive achievement already. So I think you should be very proud that you're a finalist. You've set up a business. You've got so many qualifications under your belt. So it's don't put too much pressure on yourself, because you've done extremely well so far.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, it sounds like you've had like a massive journey from college, even before that, onwards to now.
Yeah.
Come so far. Talking of journeys, can you tell us about your journey in the competition so far and what you've had to do to get to the final stage?
Yeah, sure. So it all started back long ago in March, when the world was a bit more normal. So we had to do a 2-minute video, personal training a client for like I said, 2 minutes. So I used my lovely mother, bless her. She would put through her paces for half an hour, going over and over and over. I was like, nope, not good enough, do it again. Nope, not good enough, do it again. And we had to do like a 30-minute exam. So obviously the scores combined, then you got into the top 40, I think, if you got through. So I obviously luckily got through, got to the semi-finals, and it was the most stressful 2 months of my life, preparing a session plan. And we had to do it all through Zoom, which it came in quite handy, because obviously that's how I had to start, was through Zoom anyway, doing my personal training and some group classes. So it did come in really handy. But you know, technology works for you until it actually, you know, until you really need it, and then, you know, it just doesn't. So that's been a journey as well. So we did the semi-finals, 30-minute PT session in my kitchen. So luckily it was lovely and clean. So the judges had a nice insight into my kitchen at home as well. So yeah, and then we had to do like a hard skills test, which was 10 minutes, where they just assessed you doing a progression and a regression of 2 exercises. And then luckily I got to the finals, and I was blown away, because my score was like, I'm sure there's probably higher scores than me, but for me, I really didn't expect to have like nearly full marks. I had like 12 marks off full marks. I think I was really surprised, because I was going through the criteria. I was like, how am I going to make sure I get enough just to scrape through to top 12? And I ended up having like 83%. So we're here now. And then the finals is the last week of October. So we've got to do a promotional video, a 10-minute demonstration of home equipment exercises, and then obviously a live personal training session, a 12-week overview, which includes home training, gym-based training, and group training. And we have to do a couple of interviews. We have to do a business talk as well, all across the last week. And then I think it's the 23rd of October, which is the day we find out who wins then. So yeah, there's not much we got to do besides work, personal train, go to college, and try and win a competition as well. And hope we don't get locked down in Wales, because I live 2 minutes away from Caerphilly, and we're literally 2 minutes from the border, so hopefully I don't get locked down there as well. So
I mean, you guys basically got pretty much started, and then lockdown and COVID happened, wasn't it? And then they oh my god, okay, and then they switched it all to online, which is an amazing thing to do.
Definitely.
And I'm sure that we're all very grateful that the AOC team and Christopher and the gang and the judges have like adapted this to be online.
Definitely.
And so that 2020 isn't, you know, it hasn't been cancelled like so many other things have, unfortunately, due to this year. So we're super delighted that it's going ahead, even though we can't hug you and be there like we normally would at the NEC. You know,
I know.
No, but we're doing this, which is
we're still there in spirit.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. The support is great anyway, because Active IQ actually have started following some of us from college as well, and they give us a like here and there, and then obviously they sent us some lovely merch as well, which is nice. So yeah, I mean, Active IQ has always been a great inspiration, and actually throughout the lockdown, I have done some of the online courses as well. So I've done a lot of the courses that was through the online learning hub, I think, through Active IQ as well. So they've really done an amazing thing at assisted me through my CPD. So yeah, couldn't thank Active IQ enough as well. So
that's very nice, thank you.
It's okay.
So how did you feel when you found out you were a finalist for the fitness training competition?
So we had an email saying you're going to find out Friday at 12 p.m. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I had a PT session outside anyway, so I was driving on the motorway to go to my PT session. Then I hit 11:59. I was like, oh god. I was like, my surname's Alan. I could be first. I was like, oh god. And I don't condone it, but I was like, quickly check my phone, and literally at 11:59 I had an email from Christopher Pitts, AOC, and I was like, oh my god. So I was driving on the motorway like this, so I rang Keris, and I was like, Keris, I got an email, I'm driving, I'm gonna pull over, I'll call you back now. I ended the call. 2 minutes later I pulled over somewhere down some random street, and I was reading it, and it's like all I seen was congratulations, you're due to the final. So I had a bit of screaming in my car, and I rang Keris, and I was like, I'm in the final, and she was like, really excited. So yeah, it was quite a whirlwind of emotions. I've never been shaken so much. I'm lucky I didn't crash because my legs were shaking.
Oh, bless you.
But yeah, it was nice. It was good.
And how did you celebrate? You know, what
How
did
did
you
I celebrate?
Yeah,
Do you
I
know
mean,
what? I can't remember. It was all such a blur that day.
like,
I had to obviously go and do my PT session, and I think actually no, I went to see one of my friends. I told them that I got to the final, and they were like, "Oh, we've got prosecco on ice for you." So I think I had like a glass of prosecco, and then the finalists of the four of us who got through, and the college tutors, we had a little Zoom party in the night. Then we had a drink, we had a cheers, and we just sort of just said a little congratulations to each other. So yeah, well, hopefully when it comes to the final, if we are able to, we're going to sort of have a little meet up, hopefully social distance, and just watch the final on the big screen. But yeah, that was how we celebrated.
oh, that would be amazing. And of course, I'm sure you're all friends and you're all supporting each other. But of course, I'm sure there's a bit of rivalry there, right?
To be honest, we all want it for our own reasons, and we're all unique to each other. So I think we're all doing it for our own reasons. So if any one of us gets third, second, or first, I think it's going to be nice because we've all supported each other right from the start. We've all helped each other, and we're in a group chat together with the tutors. So we all post in there. We're all, if we have a moan or a little bit stressed, we're all there like, "Come on, you got it. You can do it. Just remember where you're doing it." So there's a little bit of competitive spirit because we're all here, and we're all, you know, it would be nice to say I'm the top. I'm the #1 PT in the UK, obviously, but there's no nasty rivalry. There's, you know, it's just a bit of competitive spirit here and there. But yeah, it is. It's nice. We're quite lucky that we're going through it together because some past competitors literally had just themselves, so they had no one to talk to besides obviously the tutors. But whereas we have each other to talk to, and we know exactly what we're going through. So if I'm feeling okay and someone's feeling down, I boost them up. And if I feel a bit like, oh, stressed, I don't think I'm going to do it, they boost me up. They're like, "Get your act together. Come on, you got it. Suck it up. Keep going." We give it some tough love. But yeah, there's no competitive. There's no negative rivalry. But yeah, I hope as long as someone from College Gwent gets the top, I would be very, very happy because it'll be a credit to the tutors then because of how much they do for us. So
oh, that's very nice. So clearly College Gwent's aim is to have gold, silver, bronze, and highly commended, right?
Definitely. In no particular order.
You want it all.
Yeah, we want it all. It'd be amazing though. I think College Gwent might not be able to go back next year because I'll keep winning.
Well, you've got a good track record so far, so let's see what happens. Oh, bless you. Well, oh, it's very exciting, very exciting. So of course we've already talked about 2020 being a challenging year, and of course COVID and lockdown and gym closures, and that's affected England, Wales and Scotland in so many different ways and different times as well, which has been unusual. So what adaptations have you taken during that time? And obviously we've already talked about, you know, you started your business as well. So, you know, how have you had to adapt personally to get through lockdown and, you know, the restrictions of COVID? You know, and what advice could you maybe give to someone who is maybe sitting at home and is maybe going through some of the struggles that, you know, we know that people are going through at the moment? Yeah.
So like obviously nothing to do with personal training now, just like personally, yeah? Is that what you mean? Or obviously we are still all going through it. I mean, when things have opened back up, like for me, the gym's opened back up. So I have become a little bit ignorant, I'll admit. I sort of forgot that we were in a pandemic still because I got back to work. I'm never home anymore. But I think it's just to remember that we are all going through it still. And just to remember that you're not alone. I mean, obviously some people are going through things a little bit worse than others, but just because your problem might seem smaller to someone else's, your problem is your problem, and you can go through that however you want to go through it. Just know that there's always someone that you can talk to. And luckily enough, we can go outside now and just do what you can to keep positive and keep active and keep moving and just stay, you know, get the mindset in a really good place, because obviously we don't know what is coming, and just take it one day at a time and just try not to look into the news too much, and just, you know, just watch cat videos on YouTube or something, just to keep this positive spirits high. But right at the start, I think I struggled quite a lot because I'm so used to being out of the house. I'm only home to sleep, eat, see my mum, and hopefully she does my washing as well. So that's what, yeah, love mum. But and then to be locked down and not even be able to go anywhere, like going to it, because we have like a supermarket up the road called Morrison's, and going to Morrison's was like the most exciting thing ever. She's like, "Oh, we got to go to Morrison's." Like, right, I'm coming, I'm getting my trainers, let's go. It was the most. It was the most. It was the most. It was such a surreal experience, and for so many people, they are still obviously having to live like that. So just as I said, take it one day at a time. And if you do have a down day, it's absolutely fine, because tomorrow is probably going to be a better day. And just don't let yourself swim in the negativity, because one day we are going to get out of it, and we are going to be, hopefully soon, be out of it, and things will be back to some sort of new normal. But just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and just take it one day at a time. And there's always something you could do. You can find a YouTube video to do some exercises. You can find the Goliath Fitness page to do some exercises. So just take it one day at a time, right? And I guarantee you're going to get there.
Yeah, I think that's amazing advice for anyone watching. And if they're just unsure about how to get started with fitness, or again, we've all been there, we've all done it, we've got into bad habits, or we're eating the wrong things, it's easy.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's really, really great advice. Thank you for that, James.
And like you said, obviously a lot of people are, if they're still they're just getting into fitness, and if you are having to be at home, now is the best time to really invest into maybe learning online, or just watching some YouTube videos, learning how to do basic techniques in the gym, or even like learning like what foods are really good for you. And it's like, I know it's easier said than done, but now is that if you've got that extra time, you can start to bring things into your life for when you go back to work, or when you start going outside a bit more, that you can implement those through your day-to-day life. So yeah, I mean, like what you said then, like if you're just getting into it, now is a really good time to start looking into it if you've got the extra time on your hands.
Yeah, no, that's really, really great advice. So of course, we're super delighted and proud that the fitness training competition is obviously still going ahead, even though it's online in a very different format. And I'm sure it'll be back in the full way next year. You've obviously told us a little bit about the new things that are coming for the competition. So of course it has to be adapted, because again, we're not in the arena, we're not at the NEC, and we haven't got of the different things that were going on last year. So how are you gonna plan now for the remaining elements of the competition, so you can get that top spot that you're going for?
Yeah, which I will get. No, I'm joking. I'm not competitive. I'm not competitive.
Not competitive. It's just he's not competitive at all.
I'm not competitive. No. Yeah. So obviously, like I said, I'm back to college now, so everything is getting really, really busy. So it's just looking at the criteria, knowing what needs to be submitted when, and just sort of having days where I maybe dedicate an hour to focusing on it bit by bit. Like the longest thing for me is probably going to be 12-week overview, because there's a lot of writing, there's a lot of detail, and there's a lot of marks in it as well. So it's just making sure that I'm doing things that's against the criteria and against the task, and just giving it the best shot. So I've already planned what I'm going to do for the next few weeks to make sure I get everything done by the specific deadlines. But the thing I'm looking forward to the most is the promo video, because I don't know, I have a media degree, so I'm not too shy of being on the computer and editing things. So I'm looking forward to sort of giving that a good go, and doing the demonstration video as well. It's a nice little bit of a media background again then. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. I do. I think the thing I am actually most nervous for is probably the Viva and the business interview, because there's a lot of questions that I'm probably going to be asked that I probably haven't even thought of yet, because I've only just started like 3 months ago. And people ask me questions all the time, and I'm like, well, actually, I'll answer that now, even though I've never thought about it. So I think that's the thing I'm most nervous for. But besides that, there's only so much preparation you can do, and just go smash it on the day.
Yeah.
And just believe in myself, I think.
You definitely have to believe in yourself. Well, that sounds really exciting. Well, we couldn't be more thrilled for you to be a finalist.
Oh, thank you.
It's lovely to see your journey. It's lovely to see you being a client, and Danielle putting you through your paces. We saw the sweat, we saw the tears, we saw the drama last year.
the drama.
We saw it all.
We saw it all, yeah.
There was no hidden cameras last year. We saw it. We were there. We lived and breathed it with you. So it's so good to see you come back as a finalist. Obviously, I remember speaking to you and doing interviews with you last year, going, okay, we can't wait to obviously see you for next year. And here you are.
I know. There's a little bit
12. So this is amazing.
Absolutely.
There's a little bit of pressure from doing that video last year, saying, yeah, I'm going to get to the final, and then imagine I didn't get even into semi-finals, and that video would have been online forever.
Yeah, but you're here, and so we're so proud of you. And I know obviously Collie Gwent and and the rest of the teams, and Kerry and Joel and all of your tutors will be super happy, especially there's 4 of you this year as well. So
yes, definitely.
Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously it's not the last we're going to see of you, because obviously we'll be seeing you in like finding out how those few final days are actually going with the competition as well. So you haven't heard the last of us, I'm afraid. So we will be back online with you very soon.
Thank you so much.
But it was lovely to talk to you.
Thank you
all the best with the competition.
Thank you.
All the best with Goliath Fitness.
Thank you so much.
And
we'll be watching you every step of the way.
Yes, you will. And hopefully if it comes back next year and we're in the arena again, hopefully you can see me again, and hopefully I could be there to support the future clients, and the future PT. Sorry, hopefully we can have a face-to-face interview next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well that's so important about this competition, because you all do that, and again I think it was so nice again for us to see that last year, that you had the final 8 last year, but you also obviously had previous finalists come back and do that support and take part, and it's a family, isn't it? I mean
definitely.
It's a real family feel that the and credit to the AOC team for putting that together.
Oh God, yeah.
It's great that you guys come back and keep in touch, and it's lovely. It's lovely to see.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, James.
Thank you so much.
Good luck for Wales and Collie Gwent, and
thank you.
Soon.
All right, lovely stuff. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.